Hello guys and welcome to this YouTube video. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this neon sort of effect. Quick disclaimer, I know pretty much nothing about Photoshop. Okay, first I'm going to copy this over here and open it up so that I have one that I can cheat slash work from and one that I am going to actually edit. So let me just remove all the stuff that I've done, hit the delete button. Okay, so first off, you're going to start with a photo that looks pretty decent. It does seem to work if you have a black background, although I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just find a good photo and move on from there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to choose the rectangle tool. Nope. Click and hold on it. Select the polygon tool and then you're going to set it to 3 sides. If you set it to 66 sides, it looks like a circle, which is not what we want. If you set it to 5 sides, it turns out to be a pentagon, and we don't want that either, so we're going to set it to 3 sides because we want a triangle. You're going to draw your triangle like this, and then you are going to select the select tool and move it around. As you can see, we have just messed up our picture, so let's see if we can fix that. Delete that. Let's start over. Don't do that either. The keyboard shortcuts I'm using are Apple Z and Option Apple Z. So Apple Z moves back and forward one step, whereas Option Apple Z moves back an unlimited amount of times, which is what I like to use. So I'm going to go back to this octagon slash triangle tool and I'm going to remove the fill, change the stroke to something like red, and then I'm going to try that again. Here we are, 5 pixels, seems okay. I'm going to select the select tool and not remove that layer. I'm going to select the layer that I'm actually working on and not that layer. Okay, let me try that again. There we go. That looks pretty good. And now what I'm going to do is just change the perspective a bit. I'm not going to make the aspect perfect. I'm just going to leave it like that. Yes, thank you. And now my computer is spinning up because I have Google Chrome. Don't look at that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a layer mask. If you are editing a layer and want to erase something, don't erase what is on the layer, rather use a layer mask. What that does is it allows you to paint in and out whatever you want from your layer. If you have a look at the layer there, that's kind of what it looks like. I don't know how to make it full screen to show you. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press X, which changes the layer. Whoop, let me select that mask again. What I'm going to do is press X, and what that will do is change between white and black, my 2 colors there. And then what I can do is just paint. That defeats the purpose. What I'm going to do is just paint some of this back in, and that looks horrendous. So what I'm going to do is change the aspect a little bit more, maybe make it a bit smaller, move it over. Okay, that looks good. Or not. So what I'm going to do is change it up again. This is a common problem with Photoshop. You never seem to be satisfied. Okay, that looks good enough to me. That looks pretty good. And now you may be wondering why I'm using red instead of light blue or turquoise, and that is because I'm going to change the saturation. So now if you have a look, when I do this sort of thing, it changes the color or the hue of the whole image. That's not what we want, so we're going to click on this little icon here. I don't know what it does, but basically it allows you to change the color of the element that it is linked to. And now I can change it to whatever color I want. Pink looks good on that, but right now I'm looking for a bit of blue. That looks pretty good to me. Now what I want is a little bit of reflection on his shirt. So I'm going to right click on the triangle layer, duplicate it, and save it as a copy, move it up over this adjustment layer, link that back. Now as you can see we have 2 colors here. And so what I'm going to do is just duplicate this layer and move it on top of our triangle 2 layer. And I'm going to attach that to triangle 2 layer. And now if we move it around, we can see that we are not moving the right layers. So let's undo that. And we can also see that we have made a little bit of a mistake. So we're just going to not do that. There we go. By the way, you are supposed to label all of your layers. Now what I'm going to do is modify this layer a little bit, move it down so that it touches on the shirt in places that I want to have a bit of reflection. Now if that doesn't look good to you, it's because it looks terrible. So what I'm going to do now is select the layer that I want to edit and then change whatever this is. You're going to have to just try it out and see which ones work. And there we have it, the complete and finished image, except that's not what we want. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and use a paintbrush. Make sure your layer is correct. Hectic. You're going to need to rasterize the layer or rasterize the layer depending on where in the world you're from. Then you can sort of paint in the luminance. Wow. If you hit the open bracket or close bracket keys, you can change the size of your paintbrush. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you may be wondering why this doesn't look too great, don't worry about it. Just zoom out a lot. That's probably how it will look on Instagram. It'll be okay. Thank you for watching.